Hello. So for some reason my orientation has been locked on the side, so I'm just gonna turn it. Sorry. Good morning. I set it to horizontal, but for some reason it's still it still locked it in vertical, so that's okay. Alright, it should be okay. I'm just gonna move that back just a little bit. And hopefully that works. Good morning. Let me know if you're here. Hi, welcome. If you can see it well and you can hear the music and it's not too loud, I'll just kind of leave it so it's not distracting. Oops. There we go. And just try to work with it this way. Okay, and just let me know if the music is too loud. I have to keep an eye out on the stream just to make sure the sound is okay and the image is okay. Okay, this is a test. It's going to be really hard to do this with without being able to watch it at the same time, and also I don't know if I can see the comments. I can't really see the chat that much, but I hope it's fine. Okay, well, I'm gonna start with this image here, which is the Golden Gate Bridge. I have painted this before, but I'm gonna try to make it different from what I did before. And I think the colors might end up being similar to what I did in the past, but I've tried to make the sketch a little more detailed, so at the end I can see and compare with my original San Francisco painting. I had done one very quickly of just the Golden Gate Bridge, a little bit of the water, a little bit of the green, sort of like these bushes and trees around it on this side. And that image took me, I don't know, a couple of hours to paint, maybe 2.5, 3 hours. And now in the space of an hour, I think I sketched all these out within like an hour or something. And I can paint maybe 2 or 3 of them. So we'll see how far I get. I'm gonna try to do all of them today, but I don't know if I'll make it through all of them. I don't have a horizon line for the back there, but I'm gonna assume the water goes all the way. So probably not gonna be talking too much unless people are talking to me. And it's just me for now. And I don't know if I always want to make these just private to Patreon. I think I might open them up to just my YouTube audience in general. I don't know. I already said I would put this one, so I think I'll just leave this one private or unlisted. Then I'll make it public after the stream. I'll make this a little brighter. I don't know. I feel like it's blurry. This is better. Hopefully it's better. It's too bright. Okay, this one is Venice Beach, and there's like some colorful buildings over here, and they're like bright red and yellow, orange and stuff. Then just like the main strip, where like a lot of people walk and skate in movies, and then the beach is just right over there. So I think I'm gonna probably keep to these same kind of tones. I already have a sunset. I kind of have like a little, I don't know, maybe overcast. So I might just keep this like a sunny day. Just keep it bright. Oh, this works better for the sand, I think. It's not quite that orange. Beige. It's just beach sand as far as the eye can see. I don't know really if I have what memory I have of anything involving Venice Beach, but probably not. I've never been there, but it's definitely in a lot of movies and TV shows. Anytime California is mentioned, or like Malibu or something, you typically see Venice. There was a show though that I used to watch that I really liked that was called Graceland. And the main characters were like, I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was kind of like agents from different agencies. So there was like an FBI agent, a DEA agent, Homeland Security agent, and they all basically were like undercover. I think they were right off Venice Beach too, because I feel like that seems to spark a memory of that show. And oh, hello, just home sorting house chores. Oh, yay, hi. I'm on to my second one while the first one dries. Yeah, so they all lived in this apartment or condo type thing right on Venice Beach, I think. And like in the first episode, the main character arrives and he's walking down a street that looks very much like this and looking for the place. It's like a really fun show. It has a lot of like double agents, triple agents, like spy stuff, betrayal, and I don't know. I love cop shows, so that's a really good one. It's older too. I want to say it's like, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years old, maybe more. I don't know. But I think they had 3 seasons only. I don't remember watching more than the first season. I know I was pregnant during the time, so at least 7, because my boy's about to turn 7 in a couple of days. So yeah, but that's my only really connection, quote unquote, if I can say connection, to Venice Beach. That's the only real like thing I remember that was consistently to do with Venice Beach per se. Like, I don't think there was anything else that I can think of. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's on like a lot of other shows. It's definitely on a lot of shows. Maybe it's even on the OC. I can't remember, but I feel like it might have been as well on that show, the OC. Maybe. So I am attempting to do like different colors inside the blue, so it looks like different depth. There's a big shadow here that's annoying me. But next time I'll try to figure out how to get this turned. I think when I set it up, I was typing the descriptions and I held my phone like horizontally. So next time I'll set it up on my computer so that it'll be, I was holding my phone vertically, I mean. I thought I was holding it the right direction, but apparently not. Okay, so this is dried. I'll come back and do the bridge, just waiting. And usually I paint everything very pale, or I guess not super saturated. I like them to feel a little dreamier. But I think everything else already is, so I feel like this bridge, part of the bridge might be a lot more saturated than the rest. I don't know if I want to start it that way though. I might have to build up. But I think I want it to be a little brighter, a little more vibrant than the rest, so it really stands out. That's nice. I'm probably gonna try to focus more on painting and not talk quite as much as I normally do. Unless you have a question or something. I'm just gonna be quietly working. So it's funny, like I've never been to San Francisco either. But when we went to San Diego, my friend and I, she had plans to meet with someone else in San Francisco, like another friend of hers who moved. The friend, I think she said that friend moved to Vegas, I want to say, and it's not that far, so she was gonna drive or fly to San Francisco and meet up with my friend there, because she was flying in from Boston, and that's literally like across the country. I was coming in from Texas, so for me it's like halfway, and it wasn't like, it was like a 4-hour flight or something. Yeah, it's coming along. But my friend was gonna come all the way from Boston, so that's gonna be a really long flight for her to just stay 2 days like I was, or 3 days like I was. So she planned on making her trip to California a whole week, so it was worthwhile. And she told her friend, sorry, that was my alarm. She told her friend from Vegas she was going to be there for a week, and she was going to do a few days in San Diego, and maybe would she want to meet up in San Francisco for a few days. And so she'd basically break up her California trip. And then the week before our trip, so we were in touch, she and I, my friend and I, we were in touch pretty much every couple of days, prepping for the trip and excited for the trip. And she sends me a text maybe like the week before we're supposed to be there, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, guess what just happened?" And I'm like, what's going on? She said, "So the person I'm meeting in San Francisco just sent me a text and said, 'I'm here, when do you land?'" And we just laughed and we're like, wait, what? She said, "Well, next week." Why are you already there? It's like, oh my god, I totally got the weeks confused. I thought you were coming this weekend. Yeah, so needless to say, that's become another one of, well, not my specific memory, but another fun tidbit about San Francisco for me. It's like, I think of that story every time. It's like, oh yeah, remember the time you were supposed to meet up with someone the end of April, and the person showed up in the middle of April. So that was funny. I don't know if I should do all of these because I worry that I'm gonna get all of these blended in. I need to get some small detail brushes. The water's still not dry. I gotta wait because it's gonna bleed everywhere. But yeah, if I can get some detail brushes, I can do some of these small things. But I guess when I'm wanting to paint with precision, I can do that. But for now, I just want to get a feeling and a vibe. And then the other San Francisco thing is always the biggest one. The main thing I think of when I think of San Francisco is that movie Rise of the Planet of the Apes. There's like a really cool scene when all the apes are running away from the city. They like escaped and they're running to like the redwoods forest across the bridge, and they are like hundreds of them. Then they climb up high and they go, it's like a cloudy day or something, so there's like police officers coming after them from all over the place, and they're coming from both sides. And so the apes climb up, and so the cops find each other, and they're like, where did they go? They all went, some of them went up, some of them were underneath, like they were like, you know how apes do, like one hand at the other hand. They were all like just continuing to cross without anybody knowing. Anyway, there's some fun fight scenes and sequences in that movie on this bridge, so I think of that too. But I would love to go and see it in person. I feel like every single thing that I think of when I think of this a movie related. So except for my friend's story, it's always a movie or a show. One of my other favorite book series also is set in San Francisco. One of them by James Patterson. I really enjoy that one. What else do I have about San Francisco? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I've always wanted to go there. So one day maybe. I don't know why. Alright, I think there's a building here that's like a lighter color, but I don't remember if it's blue or what color it was. Let me check my reference. Okay, there's bright blue, and then most of these are yellow actually. Okay. So these buildings here, a lot of them are bright yellow. So for me, that's just a faded yellow. This one, it's yellow and red. It's half yellow, half blue. So weird. Part of it's yellow. It's not the exact building that's there, but that's fine. Just a representation of it. Okay. Then do like the asphalt. Okay, so this little side, I don't know what this is. It's like it's not really a sidewalk, but this is where I see a lot of like skaters and people on roller skates and skateboards in movies and stuff. They're usually like on that side between the sand and like this street, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. Trying to think which way to do the shadows. I feel like they should have been the other direction, just because then I don't have to do like the building's shadow this way too. I probably will have to now. There we go. I don't know if it's very visible. I mean, the shadows are really deep on my reference. They're like basically it's sunset. It's very dark. And they're not like dark, but they're very angled, like almost horizontal to the street. I keep forgetting to wait for things to dry. Okay. So I'm gonna let that part dry, and I go to the next image. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this without the shadow like getting in the way. Probably will get in the way. Here, move that back just a little. Okay, what I have here is an avocado. Like this is very dark. This looks very green, doesn't it? Excuse me. It's very green. It's not that green. It's a lot more yellow inside. Hollywood Hills. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the time. I've been on here 40 minutes. I got a lot done. Yeah, I'm debating if I'm gonna do this again like this. I think I won't. I think I'll do just full on YouTube, not not limited to just patrons, I think. Let's see, other reference Okay, when that dries, I can do the sign and the little thing in the back. This one here is desert. I feel like I should move this closer, but I'm scared I'm gonna break something. Hello, welcome. So I'm really sorry about the shadow. I put the light behind me, but somehow it's still making a shadow. I'm gonna move it this way. Not behind me, but in front. See all messages. Okay. It's still showing. Ugh. It's annoying. This would make the cutest little sticker. It's so tiny. Space this way. It is super, super small. Sorry, my mouth is like falling. It's falling on me. Well. I don't know if this will stay. It keeps falling. The phone is too heavy. Alright, maybe that will stay. It's so blurry. Okay. Then this is Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is like one of those places I always just heard the name of. I never really thought much about it or what it was. Or then when I started looking for California trip ideas with my friend, I was kind of looking at different places. I only knew one place actually that's not far from San Francisco that I learned about at school, like in architecture school. That was my only place that I ever cared about going to visit in California, called San Simeon. It's this massive castle. Anyway, I start looking up Lake Tahoe, and I'm like, oh, it's only a couple of hours from wherever, San Francisco or LA or something. And oh my gosh, the water over there is crystal blue. It's beautiful, and I've been obsessed ever since. Now I'm like, when can I go there? And can we do a long weekend? Maybe a 4-day weekend, maybe longer. So the reference I found is just a few rocks just in the lake. And it's so clear that there's people walking and actually standing on these giant boulders. And there's like forests and stuff back there, but as you can see, I was running out of space with my 20,000 ideas, things to draw. So I didn't get to include them, but it looks gorgeous. And I would love to visit. I'd love to see it. I would spend a few days there. I think my boys would have a blast. I would have a blast. I like being able to see what's in the water. I didn't know that I didn't really like lakes until we went to a lake with my church people. When was this? Last month? Maybe July. We went mid-July. And it's a beautiful area, beautiful house, but that water was brown. And people were jumping in and going jet skiing and going tubing and all that, and I was just like, nope, absolutely not. I don't know what's in there. I see things jumping. Also, somebody was walking behind me at one point, and he had a giant spider on his back, and someone else was like, oh my god, don't move, you got a spider on your back, and they flicked it in the water. So I was definitely not getting in that after that, even if already I was like, nope, nope, no thanks. Yeah, it was gross. Just gross. Okay, I have to let these dry before I mess it and muddle them up. Can I get just a regular medium blue here? Maybe like a very pale blue sky. I might have to make it thick. Oh, I don't want to make it that thick. That's not my intent. Hold on. I don't want it to be like pasty. But I want it to be different from the water. So I have to figure out how to do that. I want it to be almost like a baby blue and let the water be almost like a turquoise. I don't know. That kind of works. Kinda. We'll leave it alone. I think that's fine. Alright, and go back to... No, not try. I'll be back at the Hollywood Hills in a little bit. I'm gonna see... I want to see how many I can get done in an hour. I'm wondering if I can get a whole bunch more. There's only 3 little images left, so actually I don't have to be done in an hour. I can just continue until I'm done. So that's probably what I'll do. There's actually a dock here, so it's the water doesn't come all the way here. I'm gonna have to paint over that, but I'll let it dry first and I'll paint over it. Redwoods. It's just us here. I'm gonna eat my chips. Sorry for the loud chewing. This, for some reason, was so relaxing to draw. All these little vine, what are they called? The vineyard, the rows, all the rows of, I guess, grapes. What are these called? Are they called vines? I guess. I don't know. But it was so relaxing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be tedious. It's gonna take me so long. Why did I make it so detailed? But like, the more I drew, the more I wanted to draw. I was like, oh my gosh, when this is all colored in, it's gonna look so good. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I wonder if this only looks the way I think it looks in my head. Does it even portray what I'm trying to? Well, hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. What does this button do? Retouch. Because everything is in focus, like that's back there and not up here. I don't understand. I don't know. Should I go further back? I'm gonna move back. Maybe it'll be clearer. I don't know. Also let my coffee go cold, so yeah. I have no idea if you can see it. Maybe, maybe not. Let's get a good red wine color. So this is just gonna be layers and layers to make this dark. A little more red in here. Okay, all that's left is the map. And then you can do details. I've been sitting for a long time. My watch is freaking out. So I think that one's done. This one, I just let it dry, and I'll do a couple of highlights. Not much. This one is basically done. I just need a little shadow. Same here, some shadows. So I'm gonna do this last one, just a map, and then I'm done with California. I need a topographic map of it so I can see where the mountain ranges are. So big mountain range right here. Okay. I think I'm gonna end it here. And I will probably add details later when everything is fully dried. Thank you for hanging out. I desperately need some food, so I'm gonna try to eat something, and I'll come back when this stuff has dried a little bit more. Man. So much tension. I feel like my head is pounding again. There we go. Right, I'm gonna call this a day for now. I'll come back. I don't know if this is dry enough for me to do the second layer. Probably the stuff on the left side. I'll do those later on, but here is everything. This is probably not the best with the lighting and all this weirdness, but here it is, completed. I also feel like the left side is a lot less saturated than the right side, but it still needs details. Anyway, thanks for hanging. I will chat to you soon. Bye.